Cereal face. A new segment called Dating Advice. We'll call it Dateable Advice, where we've gone through the questions that we've gone through email or DMs, and we want to pick out some of the ones that keep getting asked. And here's one that is actually related to this episode. This person says, I've been seeing someone for just a little bit, went on a few dates, and she doesn't like spontaneity or surprises. She prefers to know the itinerary ahead of time, but I want to infuse more fun into our dates. How do I do that without being spontaneous and scaring her off?
I love this question. I have some ideas because I'm definitely someone that likes a little planning, but I also don't like too much planning. Like I have some friends where I have to book brunch like 4 months in advance, and that's a little too much for me. But what I would appreciate from a date is if they could be like early in the week being like, hey, let's do something on Friday or let's do something on Saturday. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but here is like, a hint, maybe wear sneakers or like whatever, like if there is like some sort of, dress attire, because I would feel uncomfortable if I was taken off guard majorly. But I think that could add an air of excitement to like, what is it that this person has planned, but also not totally throw someone off guard that needs a little more planning and structure.
I think people innately do like surprises, but they want to be prepared as well. So for me, I would love to know everything that I need to prepare for this. I don't need to know exactly what we're doing, but give me the rundown. Like you said, what should I wear? Should I eat ahead of time? What's the weather going to be like? How long will it be? Will I exert a lot of energy, or will this be more of a passive engagement? Whatever it is, I just want to be prepared. I always like to watch those surprise proposals, and I'm like, does she know that she was getting proposed to? Because she's in full makeup. Like I'm always like, if you're going to surprise me with other people around, if this is being filmed, make sure that I am dressed up and camera ready for it. But I just think just because she says she doesn't like spontaneity and surprises doesn't mean it's the event itself. She just wants to be set up for success. That's basically what it is.
I think the other piece too is, even if it's not like this like big plan of like, hey, we're gonna have this surprise day. Even let's say you're out for dinner. Let's see where the night takes us. Let's go to another bar. Let's go to a gelato shop. Let's go to the park and have like an impromptu little like park picnic with wine. Like I think you can like bring spontaneity that way while you're already out. So it's not just dropping something on someone's plate either.
Yes. And it's the gorgeous thing about relationships is that you're just trying to get information from each other. So on one hand, maybe get curious. Why is it that you don't like spontaneity and surprises? Maybe there was a surprise that went wrong in your past and it comes from some sort of trauma. Or get to a point where it's like, okay, so you don't like it when you wouldn't like it if we crashed a party, for example, but you would like it if, would you like it if I told you this and we did that? So it's constantly pushing the boundaries in a safe way of what your partner really means when they say, I don't like something.
I love that. Just ask, set it up. And then if someone's like, no, I really don't want you to plan this surprise, like getaway or whatever, then don't do it. Like you have to then decide like how important spontaneity is, or find other ways to do spontaneous activities.
Dude, when you say surprise getaways, I'm like, whoa, that should trigger something for me. I think on paper it sounds so romantic, but in reality, I'm like,
no.
Did I pack enough underwear?
Exactly.
What's the weather going to be like? Don't just spring that up on me. Just tell me what to do to prepare. I don't need to know where we're going, but set me up for success.
I had a friend that had her boyfriend pack 2 suitcases, one with cold weather gear and one with warm weather wear. That would literally give me anxiety. But for him, it worked out well because he was that type of person. So I think it really is knowing your audience. And I think that's why sometimes these big gestures do kind of fall flat, if you don't know that person well. So I love this, like, build up to it. Maybe try small things. Maybe it's starting when you already have a date, and then adding a little. And then maybe from there, it's adding a little more for the idea we had about, you know, we're going to do something Saturday, wear sneakers. Like, it's just a keep building up instead of going in with this huge plunge from day one.
For sure. And also remember, fun and playfulness doesn't always mean surprises and spontaneity.
No.
You can still have planned fun. It doesn't have to. I've learned that the hard way. I love surprises, but my parents don't. And I always love to surprise them. And they're like, stop surprising us. You're going to give us a heart attack. Like, stop surprising us with shit. Just tell us what's happening.
And I think, I love that too. It's like, just because you like spontaneity and they don't, it doesn't mean your relationship is doomed too. Like, what is it about spontaneity that you like? Is it that you just have this like level of playfulness and fun? Maybe you can inject that in a different way.
Yes. Really good point. So there you go. If you want to infuse a little bit of fun into your dates without too much surprises, that's our 2 cents.